Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful research-backed strategy. It's something that can completely transform a classroom or really any learning environment just by giving every single student a clear destination for their learning.
We're going to tackle this with a simple why, what, and how approach. First, we'll get into why clear goals are such a game changer. Then, we'll break down what actually makes a goal great. And finally, we'll explore how you can bring them to life.
All right, let's jump right into the why. I want you to think of a learning goal as a destination on a map. It's a metaphor we'll keep coming back to. Because let's be honest, without that destination, we're all just kind of wandering around.
I mean, we've all been there, right? That frustrating feeling of just doing busy work that doesn't seem to lead anywhere. It is the absolute #1 motivation killer, and it almost always comes from not having a clear destination in mind.
And you know what's really cool? Research actually puts a number on this. This 0.54 you see here, that's what's called an effect size. Now, to give you some context, researchers consider anything over 0.40 to have a really significant positive impact on learning. So this isn't just some small improvement. It's a huge, scientifically backed advantage that proves knowing the destination makes the journey so much more successful.
Okay, so if a clear goal is our destination, what does a good one actually look like? Because it's definitely more than just writing a topic on the board. Let's break down what makes a goal truly effective.
At its heart, it's pretty simple. A learning goal isn't the activity. It's not about completing a worksheet. It's all about the specific knowledge or the skill that a student is going to have when they walk out the door. It's the real takeaway value. And to help us build that perfect goal, educator Jan Hug created this fantastic checklist. A great goal needs to be aligned with standards, achievable in the time you have, written in accessible, kid-friendly language, focused on the big idea, and, maybe most importantly, worthy of a student's time and effort.
And this example just nails it. See, it's not learn about earthquakes. No, it's a super clear, focused, and worthy objective. It tells students exactly what they are going to be able to do by the end of the lesson.
Now, this next part is absolutely crucial. You can have the clearest destination on the map, but if students don't see any reason to go there, it's not very inspiring, is it? This is all about answering that question, why should I care?
Just look at the difference here. We are working on fractions well, it's just a topic. But I can compare and order fractions. Now that's a specific skill. That little shift to I can gives the ownership directly to the student. It becomes something they can actually master and use.
And here's where the magic happens. You frame that skill in a way that connects directly to their life outside of school. This makes it instantly useful, instantly valuable. It answers the why are we doing this question before they even have a chance to ask it.
Okay, so we've got our destination. We know why it's an important place to go. So how do we make sure everyone stays focused on that path for the entire trip? The key here is just constant reinforcement. When that goal is always visible, always part of the conversation, it anchors the entire lesson. And what this does is it actually reduces the cognitive load for students. It frees up their brain power to focus on learning, instead of wasting it trying to remember, wait, what are we supposed to be doing again?
And finally, any good navigator knows that a map is only useful if you stop every once in a while to check your compass, just to make sure you're still on track and not wandering off into the woods.
And that's exactly where checking for understanding comes in. These quick, in-the-moment checks are the most powerful tool we have. They tell us if our teaching is actually moving students toward the goal, and they let us make those little course corrections in real time.
This scale here is basically a roadmap for us, for educators, to get better at this. You know, at the beginning level, maybe we're just posting a goal, inconsistently. As we move up to developing and applying, we get much better at using those compass checks to adjust what we're doing. But the real destination for us is innovating. That's where the goal isn't just something on the board anymore. It becomes a tool that students themselves use to track their own progress and really, truly own their learning journey.
So, the big takeaway is pretty clear. Giving learners a purposeful destination changes everything. It turns a random list of tasks into a meaningful journey. And really, the only question left is, where are you and your students going to go?